Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Bath City Radio for today's Vanarama National League South clash between Dartford and Bath City, live from the Berwick Powerhouse, Prince's Park. I'm Mark Stillman, commentating throughout with Elliott Frear on summarising duties. It's the earliest start for a game at this level for City, who left tour to mark at 7 AM to embark on this trip to Kent. Dartford, in response, should be relatively fresh, a bit like the weather, as they had Tuesday off while the Romans were edged out at Hempstead. The Darts head into this match with one win in 5, but historically they have found this fixture a lot smoother than their recent form. 6 times they played City here and 6 times they've won, the last 5 keeping a clean sheet. These clubs last met on the opening day, where it was a tad warmer as Pierre Fonku and a Zach Bell own goal and Alan Dyson victory in his first game in charge. Slightly heavy touch, but just gets there before Sheringham. Back to Dyer now, midway inside his own half. And a little dinked ball over to the right hand side, where Hayfield takes good touch inside and probing forward now. Still Hayfield holding off Murtagh. He's been pushed over and wins City a free kick 25 yards out. Promising position, Els.
Yeah, that's what Dan Hayfield does best, driving forward, powerful runs.
Is it going to be Hayfield? It is Hayfield, and he slams it straight against the wall. That would have hurt. Murtagh plays it Sheringham near the edge of the box, and link-up play at the front with Napper now on the right hand side. Statham. Napper's got a bit of room on the right near the byline. Whips it across the near post, and it just evades Sheringham and straight into the hand of Gould. As Dartford's first real statement of intent, but in the end the City goalkeeper is able to gather. Brings the neat turn. Now Hayfield plays it in behind for Ebanks near the byline. Plays it across, and it's just too close to the goalkeeper Mayer. Fonku, he's lost out. Winter now. He's tripped. Lines, the referee plays advantage because Morton is striding forward near the edge of the box. He's still got it, Morton. City have done very well to keep hold of the ball. Now Wilson, 30 yards out, central. Ebanks is in room on the right hand side. Still Wilson, he goes alone. The ball bobbled up horribly when he went to shoot, and he's put it out the stadium. And I think the referee might want to have a word with Winter for the earlier challenge. A longer journey, early start, another game later on. I hope you're something to get excited about. His referee plays advantage. Hayfield now to Wilson on the left hand side, forced wide. Just keeps it in play. Back to Greensay. His appeals have gone out, not given. Greensay gets it in, but headed away at the near post by Essam, and the referee is going to come back to have a word and get his yellow card out for the first time. Winter's going to pick up the yellow. Lines, this ball is too casual. It's robbed from Sheringham. Dartford applying some pressure here with Napper near the edge of the penalty. Out to Sheringham again. Sheringham nearly threads it through. It's good defending. Now it's to Carruthers. Excellent block from from Rains, and it deflects out of play from Rose. City had so many bodies in the way, it was difficult for Dartford to break through. Throw-in is hurled in from the Dad, who's got a long one, but it's straight into the head of Rains. Cleared from Statham. Now City can try and break with Hayfield. He nearly got it over the top. Really important covering from Winter, otherwise Wilson would have been in down the left-hand side. Could have caused Dartford more troubles. Here's Lines. Picks out Morton on the left-hand side. Very clever ball. Ebanks, he couldn't quite get there, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's really good from Morts. Great ball from him, and Callum, good run off the back of Essam, so need more of that.
Scored in every home game this season as Carruthers now picks out midway inside the City half, over to Knapp on the right-hand side. First time ball over top, really important header away from Rains. Now Hayfield should get onto the loose ball the quicker. He's got there before Murtagh, holding him off. Still really good work from Hayfield. He's now found Smith down the right-hand side. Ebanks and Wilson waiting in the middle. It's just behind them both. Now Morton picks up in the penalty. Morton's shot is brilliantly charged down from the sliding Statham. Stops it going any further. City's still trying to test this Dartford goalkeeper. Morton, Ebanks gone down on the edge of the box. He's still battling away though, and Wilson. It's a little bit of a muddle over there now on the right-hand side with Smith. So got that attack going, and it goes out play for a throw. It was all from that ingenuity, that strong run of Dan Hayfield really created that. Morton on the right-hand side. Options in front of him. Sliding interception from Winter. But now City have got Smith in room down the right-hand side. Got 2 waiting in the middle. Smith tries to fit it across, and unfortunately for him, Bonner was well placed to intercept at the near post, and they managed to hack it away. And it sort of said cut back, and he was right. He had a couple of people making an on-rush.
Yeah, he did. I think in those positions, obviously it's easy for me. I'm a wide player, so I've sort of done it all my career. But obviously all the defenders get sucked to the ball, and you can cut that one back. There's always someone free.
Hayfield has clearly tugged the shirt of Napper there, and the referee will have to stop and go back and give a free kick, which we'll have a word with Hayfield. Oh, if he's going to caution him for that, I think that's exceptionally harsh.
That's really
Unless he's saying it's for a couple of offences. I mean, that was a nothing. That's a nothing yellow card. Dan Hayfield's 4th of the season, although we've missed the cut-off now for 5.
He was timing that one for Boxing Day, wasn't he?
As Sheringham gets a header on from the free kick from Carruthers, and it goes safely wide. He got injured after getting against Farnborough. He's missed the last couple. As Statham's got there first. Really good work from Wilson. He's got his body in front of the ball, and that means that Statham can be. Wilson is complaining to the referee that he was fouled, and his complaining is going to mean that a talking to will be issued from referee Jack Patman. 3-on-4 at the moment. City outnumbering the Dartford attack. Carruthers plays it, it's deflected back to the midfielder. He's now got Statham joining the party on the right side. He's got a lot of time actually on the right, as has Sheringham. He momentarily switched off, and it's a cross shot, and he goes onto the roof of the net. That's probably about the only time thus far that Man City have sort of gone to sleep. They were nearly made to pay. Napper near the edge of the box. Carruthers' shot is a firm one, as was the Man City defending. As Morton clears it. Winter back to Adadu, midway inside the City half. Over to the left-hand side again with Napo. Swap wings for the time being. He's got away. It looks for Sheringham, and in the end it comes off the back of Parcell and cleared from Rains. Bonner wins the header against Essen, and follow-up header is a little bit loose. Morton snaps in there first and tries to set Ebanks away on the right-hand side. Gets a good first touch away from Adadu. Gets the ball near the byline. He's slipped, and referee says no. I couldn't tell from here whether there was whether he had his leg taken away from him or whether he simply slipped.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, obviously I can't see as well, Mark, but obviously the linesman thinks it's not a penalty because he's right there. So
he's appealing in his early 20s then, 28, as Smith is under a little bit of pressure, but does well. Finds Wilson. He's tripped from Bonner, who's peeling with Jack Patman, but it's a free kick to City. It's still, well, there's a 3-man wall, and it's lines. He's chipped it actually near the back post, so it's headed away only to Ebanks. Spins, loses possession. Now Dartford can try and break with Carruthers. He's held up well though centrally. Has to turn back. What I liked about that as well is straight away Ebanks went straight back into the right back position to cover. And indeed he does. It's half-time here at Princess Park. It's Dartford 0, Bath City 0. Not too much goalmouth action, but one team who have been better in this one are certainly the visitors, Elliott. I think Jerry Gill will be more than satisfied with what he's seen so far. So starting the second half at 1:30. There's Dartford with it as Essam looks over the top down the left-hand side. Well, it's a good header away, from Rains. He and Essam and Ebanks nearly getting each other's way, but it's a good ball down the line now to Wilson. He's got nobody in the middle. He might need to go alone from a difficult angle, and he's dragged it across goal. He really needed somebody to be loitering around that back post. In the end, in fact, it's gone out of play for a throw. It's lying to the ball to Rains on the right-hand side. Oh, he's brought down from Adadu. Should be cautioned.
Yeah, if that's not a caution, then I don't know what it is.
Well, especially if Hafer got booked in the first half. He checks that Rains is okay, and he's straight to his pocket. Credit the referee. Takes the corner towards the penalty spot, where it's a flashing header from Bonner, but it's way wide. In fact, it might go out for throw-in. It does. Oh, it's a crunching challenge in there between Statham and Morton. Now Smith picks it up on halfway, runs away. He's pulled down.
Wow.
Which could be another yellow card. Yeah. It should be for Bonner.
That's the easiest yellow you've
Essam.
Yeah. Good play from Tom Smith there.
Murtagh got there before Smith and then went to ground rather belatedly, and that's a clear push in the back from Essam. On Wilson, he'd just been cautioned. I don't think it could be any more than that. Despite the protestations, I thought it was just a standard foul. Yeah, it's going to have a word. Adadu, back to Sheringham. And Dyer got his body in the way. Fonku, clever turn away from trouble. Winter picks it up, and he's shovelled it over to the right-hand side to Statham, who's got a lot of room now. Hanging cross into bad one. Sheringham goes in and heads more into the back of the net, but I think it's been penalised for a foul. I think the referee has deemed that he pushed Joe Rains in trying to connect with that. He's being surrounded by Dartford players and goes back, and it is indeed a free kick. Goal chalked off. City breathe a sigh of relief. Get Elliott's views in a minute because City are breaking down the left-hand side. Dartford are switched off with Wilson down the left edge of the penalty area. Wilson getting into room. His shot is charged down and straight into the hands of Mayer. Your views on the disallowed goal?
Can I say I could see it?
I thought there was maybe a little bit of a push. It's one of those. I'd be a little bit irritated if it was.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Mark.
Parcel clears, deflects off 𝗛𝗚𝗛 to 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛. He's got Morton in room on the left-hand side. So he's looking to hit Dartford on the counter, which isn't easy because they get numbers back. It's to 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛, and I think he's unintentionally got into the way almost because it looked like the pass was aimed for Smith. I think he's pretty satisfied so far, Elliott.
Yeah, going back to the goal, I think obviously they're crossing it from there. That's obviously might be down to our shape.
Parcel's ball over the top. He's looking for Wilson. Holds off Essam. Wilson, he could have shot first time and he's tried to dribble it wide, but Bono goes out of cover. A little bit like what he had the other day at Hemel, actually, where he got in. I don't think he understood that he had the sort of opportunity to get a shot away. As Hayfield stretches to keep the ball in. Rains, Greenslade propped up in central midfield role there. He's given the ball away, and Dyer will probably be booked for that. He's gone through the back of Sheringham. So midway inside the City half, and Sheringham would have landed heavily on his hard surface when he's back up. And Jordan Dyer is just back from suspension, picks up a yellow card. Free kick which Carruthers takes, gets into a great area, but it's well read from Hayfield, who's been, he looked to have been shoved over from 𝗛𝗚𝗛. The referee waves play on, all sorts of appeals going on, and in the end, it's gone down for a corner. There's strong protestations. I think they're saying that Gould gathered it after the ball had already gone out. Whether they thought that the cross took a deflection, but neither team particularly happy with the referee there, and they're going to restart with a corner, and City players are going to have to switch on and concentrate. Gould is being manhandled on the post. It's a really important header away though from Morton, always on the line actually, did very well. It's now back to Carruthers. He's turned Hayfield, he turned his back on the ball, draws a low one straight to line to the near post, and Smith completes the clearance up towards halfway, where 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏, like three bodies, real muddle between the three of them there. Dardu and 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏. Now Allen, his first touch to Statham, the chipped ball over the top. Fonku, the nice little touch inside to Allen, plays it back to Fonku. Across goal, and good covering from Greenslade. That's probably Dartford's best move of the game actually, and Greenslade, who was almost tumbling backwards, did enough to put it out for a corner. Good present to the back as Smith turns away from this throw. Near the edge of the penalty, Smith, left-footed, chip ball, looking for Wilson, headed away though from Statham. Again, you're going like Dartford's defending. That was a vitally important clearance.
That's a hell of a header, that was.
Yeah, it had to be. It could have been 1-0 City. Now Dartford trying to do something about it. They're robbed again. Wilson's picked up the loose ball. It was Napo who had it nicked off him. Now Wilson cutting inside near the edge of the box to Lines. Plays it back to Wilson. The shot takes a deflection, and the goalkeeper was scrambling to his right-hand side. And it's gone behind in the end for a corner. A good build-up play on the edge of the box, and Jerry Gosman, who are probing a little bit more now. Statham again. Tries to play it in behind to Fonku. Now turn away from trouble for Napa. Shoots and straight into the hands of Josh Gould. 16 or 17 players within 20 yards of the Man City goal at the moment. Carruthers whips it in again. Important header away from Lines, and looked like Wilson had been clambered over, but the referee didn't think so. Winter picks up the ball and tries to keep the attack going. It's lost. Now City can break with Hayfield. It's 3-on-2 at the moment. 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏 is striding through the middle. He's got Wilson to his right. He's played it a little bit slow for Wilson, who chips it towards the back post. 𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏 is offside. He scored. It was a great finish. The flag went up immediately, and Bar City's long wait for a goal at Princes Park goes on ever longer, which is a real shame.
Yeah, it was a good break. I think if Dan just played that a little bit more in front of Scott, we'd have had more of a chance of getting a better ball in the box. But again, good play from us.
Tommy Conway, the old decided at that end a couple of years ago. I can remember these things because we never score at this place. But City have shown some more attacking threat now. Again with Wilson down the right side, received it from Hayfield. He looked like he ran the ball out actually. Wilson, he's crossed the ball back in, not fully cleared. Hayfield shoots, deflects into the hands of the goalkeeper. That could have been controversy because my view is that Wilson carried the ball out.
Went out.
It's really opening up now. Final 15 minutes, still 0-0. As the game tries to get more entertaining, perhaps not to the manager's liking. Here's Adadu down the left-hand side. First time ball deflects behind. Trying to put Gould under pressure. Corner is voted towards the far side, and it's not fully away. It's near Fonku, near the edge of the box. Fonku sort of digs a shot away, and it goes 4 or 5 yards wide and out for a goal kick. to Wilson on halfway, turning away from trouble. Now Greensade in a bit of room down the left-hand side, actually. Dartford have been left exposed. He's played a high-hanging ball near the edge of the penalty, which awkward for Adadu, who's only headed it to Hayfield. Ebanks up in front of him. Now Smith joins the party. Smith is managed to shoot as he was tackled, and because of that, he's pulled it wide. He's held back to his feet. Throw from range is slightly loose. It's behind Smith, but Morton's won the ball back again. He's barely put a foot wrong. He now shoots. Oh, save. Too close to the goalkeeper. His positioned well.
Yeah, back four been excellent, I think, Mark, today so far.
Smith, great ball in behind. Now Wilson down the left-hand side. He's got room down the left. Ebanks waiting in the middle. Now Hayfield's going to join him. Wilson turning back, plays it back to Smith. Oh, he's played it too hard for Smith. It was the right idea, but he put too much on it. Smith slightly dismayed, but he keeps the ball in play down the right-hand side. Hayfield whips the ball into. Oh, keeper fumbled. Ebanks, he's headed it against the goalkeeper. A decent opening. Mayor apologises for his error. Whether he's saying he lost the ball in the sun, I'm not too sure, but a golden opportunity there for Power City as Wall runs the ball out of play. Are we ever going to score at this place?
I know, that was an unbelievable chance for Carl. He's headed it straight at him.
Morton, he's been very good. He's now behind Wilson down the left-hand side. He's going to keep the ball in play. Greenslade charging to the left-hand side. He's now got it near the byline. 3 men in the middle. Greenslade played it back. Smith! Blocked! It's blocked from Bonner. Of course it's blocked from Bonner. It's always blocked from Bonner because Power City cannot score at this place, it seems. They've got a couple of minutes left. They're still drawing 0-0. That was absolutely fabulous block from the centre-back. He just threw himself into the way.
Unbelievable block from Bonner. That is unbelievable. Smudge literally 6 yards out, ready to tap it in, and literally Bonner's come from nowhere.
Only this one with Winter now on halfway. We're approaching stoppage time. He's giving it away to Hayfield. Down the right, that's a great ball. Wilson's in behind. He's got no support with him though. He's wide of the penalty area. He's going on his own. Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Guess who got the challenge in? Tom Bonner sliding just as Wilson went to pull the trigger. In fact, there's been a collision with the goalkeeper as well, who was a little bit hurt. He's brave, but Wilson did the best he could. He had nobody waiting with him. As we're now in stoppage time, of which there'll be 4 minutes.
And you know, that's what he's good at. I touched on it in the first half. Like, he gets his body in and holds the ball up.
Splendid work from Morton. He's played it over the top to Ebanks. Over the right-hand side. He's been screamed to hold it, trying to get the ball near the byline. He's gone down in return to Bonner. The referee says no. It's now back with Lines in the edge of the box. They need to concentrate. The ball's whipped in. It's headed away. I think they could have maybe had a case there. Maybe the argument was that Ebanks was going to grind, but Fonku was fouled from Greenslade at the other end, and
it's a difficult one. It was like that with Carl in the first half, as he slipped, as he got tripped.
Greenslade's going to get a yellow card, which is some record for him because that's a 4th game running. He's picked up a caution. That's in the 93rd minute. It looked clumsy.
It did. It looked like he got the wrong side of him, sort of pulled him down.
4 minutes were indicated. If City clear this, then they should rescue a point, which they deserve at the very least. Adadu's throw is towards the near post. Lines gets a header away. Back to the taker, though. We still play on. Adadu, slight miscontrol, goes back to Carruthers with a high-hanging ball, and Gould is underneath it. That's the final action of the game. Well, it's the first time that Power City have drawn away 0-0 since February 2020. They still can't score at Prince's Park, but goodness me, nobody would have begrudged them had they done this afternoon. A point is the very least that Jerry Gill's men deserve. They put up a fighting performance. They defended well. They looked threatening on the break. They made Dartford look pretty ordinary, in all honesty, for a team second in the league. It's not a return to winning ways for Jerry Gill's men, but it's a great confidence booster, isn't it, Els?
Yeah, I agree with everything you say there, Mark. We've obviously, I felt like we've dominated this game from start to finish without obviously scoring, but touching it at the start of the game, and we'd have took a point 100% after the midweek we had. Long trip, so I'm delighted for the boys, and to be honest, that's the best I've seen us play away for a good while now in terms of defensively as a unit. So look, we're not too far away. We're creating chances and we're defending really well, and against the team that's second in the league. That gives us massive credit and massive confidence as well.
Well, it wasn't a case of parking the bus, was it? That was the last time we drew 0-0 away, was at Dorking, which the only game Jerry Gill openly said to me afterwards that because we just lost the last couple of games quite heavily, that he defended in numbers. And you mentioned before the game what an attacking threat Dorking are. They did nothing of the sort today, because if anyone was going to win that game, it should have been Power City.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Like, you look back on the chances that we've had, and we've had all the clear-cut chances. I can't really remember them having a chance. Obviously, showing them at back post, obviously pulled up for a foul. But other than that, Mark, they've had nothing. And that's credit to our back four and as we defended as a team.
Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Your first time on commentary. I know you've done it before, but first time on Bow City Radio, and it was appreciated by Mrs. Frear as well.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, you get top marks from down in the southwest today, mate. All right, so.
Bow City get top marks as well.
Hopefully Martin Toll is in next year, so you can get a good word in for yourself.
Hope so. Yeah, he'll be out in Qatar sunning himself rather than here in freezing Baltic conditions. But we shrugged all that off. Darts miss out, closing in on tops. Romans rally for their first ever point here, but in truth it feels more like a win. Bow City are back in action on Tuesday if the weather is okay, at home to Hampton and Richmond Borough. We'll be on air from 7:30 p.m. Thank you very much for tuning in for this slightly earlier start today. Myself and Elliott, Frear. It's finished here at Prince's Park. Dartford 0, Bow City 0. Go and enjoy the rest of the football this afternoon.